We've just completed our Bike of the Year 2018 testing, and we split the road bikes down into 3 price categories. And the first category was our £1,000, that all-important first serious bike kind of money. And the winner in this category was Germany's Rose Pro. So online giants Rose have built a big reputation on making really good, solid, no-nonsense bikes at seriously good value for money built into it. Now, over the years, they've always been very, very good at putting together really decent aluminium packages, and the Rose Pro is no different. We've always been fans of this particular model, but for 2018, they've changed the frame somewhat. It's now got a much more hydroformed tube set, looks a lot neater. It's got drop stays on the back, just to give that little bit extra comfort, and they've even gone to the trouble of smooth welding, which looks fabulous on a bike that's under £1,000. Equipment-wise, the Rose Pro comes very, very well spec'd. You get a full Shimano 105 group set, which is pretty impressive at this price. Add into that proper, decent branded wheels in the form of Mavic Axioms, and when it comes back down to that frame set, what we really do like to see on a bike at this price especially is a full carbon fork. Very rarely seen at under £1,000, but most welcome. Perhaps the most surprising thing about the Rose is just exactly the way it rides. This is a really truly aggressive bike. It's got excellent power transfer. Even the ride position is pretty aggressive for a bike of this money. But to temper that, the ride quality on this Rose is actually really, really smooth. It's got a decent level of comfort for what is essentially an aluminium race bike, and it's for that reason, along with those great value choices, that it became our #1 pick. Now, Rose's Pro model has been around for quite a long time, and we first tested this bike back in 2010. Back in 2010, it was a much more traditional looking frame. It had those characteristics of a German aluminium bike of its era, super oversized down tube, all built completely for stiffness. That obsession in German bike design for stiffness was ever prevalent there. What they seem to have been able to achieve with this new model is through a variety of reasons, like going back to dropping those stays down, which releases a little bit more seat tube, allowing for a little bit more flex. They've reduced the diameter on the seat tube. They always used to be a big purveyor of the 31.6 oversizing. Now they're down to 27.2, which can only be a good thing, just to give you that little bit more comfort. And even the massively oversized down tube that was a main character of the original Pro, that's now still massively oversized at the head tube, but it tapers quite radically down its length. Again, just to provide a little bit more compliance over the original super stiff bike. For anyone kind of questioning the validity of aluminium in this kind of modern carbon world, what we'd say here is when you're looking at aluminium, especially really good premium aluminium like on the Rose, or bikes like Cannondale's Cab 12, is that when you're getting down to this sort of money, a lot of money will be sunk into a pretty average carbon frame, compared to you'll get a really nice aluminium frame and really decent level of componentry at this money. So in our opinion, if you're looking to spend around £1,000, don't discount aluminium. Other components that Rose have managed to cram onto a bike at this price are also really impressive. We mentioned Mavic Axion wheel set, but that also includes Mavic Ixion tyres too, in a welcome 25mm width. Now, the original Mavic tyres weren't quite up there with the best around, the best on the market, but this new generation, they've really, really improved the compound, and to the point now where we're actually pretty impressed with the kind of grip and the feel and the suppleness that these tyres offer. When you move to the other parts of the bike, again, it's pretty impressive that Rose have managed to cram in Ritchie finishing kit. So you've got a Ritchie bar, Ritchie stem, Ritchie seat post, and then to top it all off, you've got a proper, decent Cella Italia saddle too. So, who would we recommend this Rose to? Well, if you're the sort of rider that really enjoys going fast, you like that direct power transfer, super stiffness going through it, sharp handling, but you don't want to be beaten up at the same time. So if all of those things are the sort of thing that appeals to you, then at this money, we don't think there's a better bike around for 2018.